morning everyone! Nice and beautiful sunshine day today, so I thought we'd sit down and do a get ready with me as I'm prepping my face and trying out some new makeup products that have just come in the past week or two. Specifically, I wanted to do some photographs for the Armani eye tints that just came in this week from the nice PR lady, and I thought we'd use these, and I'm going to photograph them anyway, so we might as well do a get ready with me. I don't have anything particular in mind of what type of look I want to do, but I do want to show you some other products such as the Laneige BB cushion that I haven't done on film, so you guys can have a look at that too. And FYI, I didn't do the whole fancy setup today. It's just so much easier to pop open the camera and do it this way. Hopefully this background is okay with you. Let me know what you prefer. If you really like the flush white background, which I need to actually set up if I'm going to do it, or if you just prefer this setup and it works well for you. I do have a filter up over there on the window because it is quite bright today, which is good for filming, but it can cast some really sharp highlights, so I'm hoping this setup currently minimizes any glare and super white highlights so you guys can see properly. So I'm just gonna take this all over the face, and my mirror is actually really far away, so I'm squinting a bit because I'm trying to see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so base makeup on with the Armani eye tints. I'm going to be safe and just pop some on the back of my hand first before I put it on my eye because I don't know how much intensity these guys have. I think they are relatively new. Oh, a lot of color, isn't it? Relatively new, and they come in quite a few shades, which is nice. This is really dark, actually. So maybe we'll have to go for a smoky look again. But I also have a black one that they sent me. So I have the brown one, which is what I've got on my eye right now. I just want to blend this really quickly before I start setting. I'm going to put a little bit more. So this actually seems to set really, really fast. So work fast, work fast. The last video that you guys saw, the Real Beauty Talk, about, you know, your self-image and the idea of being pretty versus being YouTube pretty, shall we say. And you guys are so sweet. You had the best, most insightful, honest comments ever, and I appreciate that so much. When I do, you know, beauty talk videos, they're not to, you know, attack anyone per se, but just thoughts that I've had on my mind about the beauty blogosphere and things like that, and I'm so glad to hear your thoughts and your frustrations, and some of you guys share the same frustrations that I do, which is surprising, but in a very good way. You know, it means that I can still relate to you, which is what I want, right? That we can relate to each other. So now that I've got this blended out, it doesn't look too bad, so I'm going to be a little bit crazy and add a tiny bit of this black, and hopefully it blends together and I don't make a complete fool of myself. Which, you know, sometimes when you're doing makeup and trying out stuff for the first time, I totally just make a mess of it and you just take it off. There's no big deal. It doesn't always turn out good, especially when you're trying something new for the first time. Like, don't feel that you have to get it right all the time, the very first time. Because lots of times, you know what? It doesn't turn out like that. Although, because I'm going to be photographing this, I really do hope that this one turns out. So now I think this looks pretty decent. I'm going to take the same brown, I think, and just run it under so we have a bit more of a balance. I usually don't like just leaving the lower lash line completely bare, as it tends to be a bit top heavy on my eyes anyways. So, oh, by the way, you guys, this reminds me, there is a event, or actually two events together in one day happening that I was lucky enough to be invited to. One with Estee Lauder and one with Avène, the skincare, the French skincare brand, I believe. And they're both on the same day, so I'm going to be out pretty much the whole day. And I'm wondering if you're interested in seeing a vlog of some sorts. To the best of my ability. I can't promise anything of, you know, superior quality or camera work or cinematography, because pretty much just going to be me with my camcorder. But if you would like to see that, I'd be happy to film it for you if you're interested. So do let me know. Alright, you guys, eyebrows. Not my favorite part, but it must be done. I have such a hard time with eyebrows, and I talk about this all the time, and you know what? If you guys have like a great brow product that you love that really works well for those with sparse brow hairs, like I don't have a lot of brow hairs, so that's the issue for me when people say, oh, draw hair-like strokes to fill in your brows. Yeah, there are no hairs. What am I drawing in? You know what I mean? Like, it makes me frustrated, obviously. But I have tried the dip brow, which, by the way, I returned to Sephora because I wasn't really feeling it. It was too much, too heavy, and too fussy to work with, and it looked like I had stamped on eyebrows. Maybe I'm just not skilled enough to handle the dip brow pomade. But comparatively, I do prefer the Brow Wiz, which is what I'm using right now from Anastasia. Although I do still like the Dior. Dior's still my favorite right now. But since I'm going to be reviewing the Anastasia, I do want to use this just for today. And, you know, it is a little bit similar to the Dior, but it deposits a bit more color and slightly more waxy, I think. Time for some liquid liner. This is one of my favorite things. I use liquid liner all the time, but mostly because I find it easy. Now, that's not to say I've always found it easy, but I feel like once you get the hang of it, it's the quickest way to make the biggest impact. And for the most part, it doesn't smudge. Liquid liner versus pencils, it's really hard to find a pencil that you can get a really sharp graphic line and not have it to smudge and smear on you, especially if you have hooded eyes. I don't have hooded eyes on this side, but sometimes when my sleep goes all wonky, my fold droops down a lot more and then it becomes more hooded, and definitely on the side. Don't even talk to me about that because pencil liners go everywhere, so liquid is definitely the one for me. Let me know what you guys like to wear. Okay, pause the makeup because I do want to share with you a comment that just came through on the previous video I did, the Real Beauty Talk about, you know, being pretty versus YouTube pretty and this kind of YouTube beauty bubble standard for beauty bloggers, or even just their projection to everyday women. Just keep that simple. But for that video, someone just commented something that really spoke to me, and she says that for a very long time, almost 26 years of my life, I have despised my own beauty. Asian women are not represented in the Western market. If there are Asians in an ad, for example, their makeup are done in a way that the Western makeup artist sees fit. As an Asian woman, I have for a long time attempted to do the carved out eyes, heavy makeup. I thought that was beautiful, but not knowing that I have attracted negative feedback. It was not until I went to Asia the first time in 2012 that I realized, holy smokes, I was normal. Yeah, that really speaks to me. And I'm not kind of putting out there to say that only Asian women have this problem. Of course, other people do too. But specifically for myself, that's something that, you know, has really bothered me. That it's hard for me to find makeup artists or makeup people that I can look up to with similar features. Another person, she commented, she's an older lady. I really loved her comment as well, and it really spoke to me too. She says, I think you're absolutely stunning, and I always look forward to your videos. I take on board all your advice and recommendations. I am a mature lady, and I find that softer looks, although hard to find here on YouTube, are much better suited for me. Age teaches you that beauty comes in all shapes and ages. Your channel is one of the best, and although you are very much younger than me, I truly feel I can relate and learn from you. Those are the comments that really make my day. Like, it's nice when people tell you, you know, you're beautiful, you look great, but when someone speaks to you in a way that says, I understand you and you seem to understand me, and we have this deeper level understanding of each other and what we go through as women, I love that. I love those comments, especially when someone who may not be in my age category watches my videos, someone even a little bit older perhaps. I love that. I really do. Okay, so I just put on some eyeliner. And let's curl lashes because I'm going to pop on some falsies as I am going to photograph, obviously, this eye look with the Armani eye tints. So, lashes curled with the UEMURA. And I'm going to just pop on some pencil liner. I can't see. So as I was filming and checking back the footage just now, I just realized that the lighting changed. And it may or may not have been too light or too dark in this room. And the setting, I have the DSLR. So I'm going to have to try and fix that and make it more cohesive in post-production. So apologies right now if the lighting is turning out a little bit wonky. It's hard to work with the sun, I gotta say, because the sun's really finicky and the sun does whatever the sun wants to do. So you don't really have any control over that. Alright, I'm popping on some blush right here. This one is Physicians Formula. Isn't this adorable? Really, really cute, right? And one thing that just occurred to me as I was putting on my false lashes, like I mentioned, I have two different eye shapes. It's not showing up very well right now because I have my concealing eye makeup on. But I was wondering if you would all be interested in seeing a makeup tutorial featuring just my monolid side. So just this side of my face, which is naturally a monolid. And if that would appeal to you. Now, there's no point in me doing both sides because, well, I can't show you the monolid makeup on this eye. That just wouldn't work. So I would have to just do a half side makeup tutorial just with this side of my face. If you are interested, leave me a comment and let me know if that's something that appeals to you. So there, I think that looks decent. Alright, time for lips. I decided with this type of kind of brown smoky eye that I would do something a little bit more neutral again, just to keep everything tied together. And I'm going to use a lip liner, which doesn't happen very often, by the way, but sometimes I use a lip liner if I want like a very perfected lip line. And my top lip isn't quite as full as my bottom. That probably happens to a lot of you guys as well. Okay, last thing, lipstick. Now, I've got two here. I've got a more of a pinky one, which is Fake by NYX. I think that'll go great with this as well. But I'm going to do a little bit more of a nude lip with this one from Essence called In the Nude. It's just a little bit more beige than the lip liner I just used. I love that it's so glossy. For what, $1.50 maybe, $2 max. Really inexpensive, really great actually. Final step, because I will be taking photographs today, I'm just going to set my makeup with a little bit of pressed powder from Maybelline, the Dream Wonder powder, this one, over the center of my face. You can roll this on, you can puff this on with a powder puff, you can brush it on, whatever that you want to do. I'm not really fussy with that. But I do like a pointed brush for a more precise application of powder. And I think I'm going to film a hair tutorial. So I'm going to leave my hair like this and call it quits for today. Thanks for staying along with me as I get ready for more things along today. I hope that you have a beautiful day. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your day. Whenever that you're watching this, stay beautiful. And I'll talk to you soon. See you later. Bye-bye.